Alright, y'all, I'm back. Turns out I got my story a little mixed up. So in my short, I said we was at a cemetery and the cop showed up. So what happened is, after I talked to my brother about this particular hunting story, turkey hunting story, he informed me that I took two stories and put them together. So I'm going to tell you the part that I remember, and I was wrong about the cemetery and the deputy sheriff showing up. But it was still a sketchy deal, and we still did get confronted and have an audience, and we still didn't get in trouble. So go grab your soft drinks, go grab your chips, your snacks, go smoke a stogie, do whatever you got to do. Get ready because we're about to get this party started. All right, so here we go. If I'm not mistaken, my little brother had went turkey hunting that morning and was trying to call in this turkey, couldn't get it to come in or something. Shot at it and missed. I can't remember exactly, but something had happened where he couldn't get this turkey. He comes to my house. We talk about it. Me and him go back. I'm going to help him try to get this turkey. Well, he knows exactly where it was, like on some old dirt road and out in the middle of nowhere basically. But apparently there was a house close. Okay, so he had seen these three birds and wanted to get one. And he had a 410. That's the part that I didn't remember at all. Okay, so anybody out there knows about turkey hunting, 410 is really not the shotgun you want to be taking turkey hunting, right? The range on them is just not that far, and it's just not an ideal caliber for turkey hunting. But he wanted to do it. He wanted to get one with a 410. So me and him, we get all camoed up and we go out there and we spot the turkeys. We crawl up on these turkeys. It's pretty sketch. I remember there being a house kind of close. And this was on a Sunday again. So we're thinking people are gone at church. They're gone already, right? That's what we're thinking. So we crawl up to the fence by this big giant oak tree. And we're hiding behind this oak tree, but we're laying on the ground. And there's a fence right there. And these three toms are on the other side of the fence, and they're totally out of range for this 410. Any other shotgun would have killed one of them. This 410 ain't touching them, so they're probably about 40 yards out. And we got to get them in that 20-yard range, 15 if we can. We want them right up on us. So that's that's our mission. We call them in so close that we can kill one with the 410. Kind of hard to do. It's probably been done a million times, but we never done it. So we're going to try. So we go out there. My brother's doing most of the calling. He's better at calling than I am. He really is. So I'm not really doing nothing, just kind of backing him up with some purrs and clucks and stuff, trying to make it sound like more than one hen. And these toms, they won't stop fighting each other, right? They're just strutting on each other and fighting, and they want to come over to us, but they're trying to figure out who's going to be first, right? Okay, so yeah, put that together. Them hens was going to be in trouble one way or another. Anyways, we can't get them to come to us because they're hung up on each other, right? They're so worried about fighting each other and being dominant, they're not really coming to us. And so I can't remember if someone had told me this trick, or I'm pretty sure I seen it on a hunting video. And when I say seen it on a hunting video, guys, back then they were on DVD. Okay, There wasn't a whole lot of hunting on cable or anything that you could watch. Well, I bought a turkey call, I believe, and it came with the DVD, and I watched the DVD, and it showed this guy, so I'm pretty sure that's where I seen it. Yeah. And it showed this guy scratching in the leaves, right? Stirring up the leaves, making it sound like a hen scratching in the leaves, feeding. And he was doing this on a turkey that was hanging up. This turkey wouldn't come in. They'd hunted it for a couple days or something, and they couldn't get this turkey to come into range. And he thought of he started acting more like a hen turkey, right? So I told my brother, I was like, hey, I got an idea. And I kind of slipped back behind him, crawled back behind him. And I started scratching the leaves, and he started doing just like a feeding call. You know what I mean? Just clucking. And I scratching the leaves, and he's clucking, and all of a sudden, one of them toms broke loose, started coming in. And my brother's like, all right, he's coming, he's coming. And so, I quit scratching or whatever. Now, I can't see where this turkey's at because I'm behind him now and the tree's blocking everything. And so I really can't see where the turkey was when he took the shot. But he's letting me know he's going to take the shot. And there's something special about that 410. I can't remember. Another reason why he's wanting to use it. But anyways, beside the point. So he takes the shot. And I jump up. I'm like, to get it? Because I was ready to jump the fence and go grab it. You know what I mean? He's like, I missed. And all them toms, they took off. He's like, dang it. So we jump up and we take off running to the truck. And we get over the truck. And there's an older couple sitting there. Apparently, they know what we was doing. They ask us, what are you doing? We have a gun. We're wearing camouflage. They heard that shotgun. And my brother tells them, oh, we was just down there looking for turkeys, trying to call some turkeys. We wasn't hunting. All we got's this 410. Well, that old timer, he knows you're probably not going to kill a turkey with a 410. But anyways, he tells my brother, well, it's a good thing because that property's posted and there's no trespassing down there. We just headed to church and seen a truck sitting here. Figured we'd try to figure out who it was, what was going on. And I say I did his voice like he was being grumpy and mean, but he wasn't. He's a real nice older man, and he he was pretty polite about it, even though he knew we was fibbing. On a Sunday, apparently, I didn't even remember it was on a Sunday. I thought it was on a Saturday. But here nor there, I suppose. So, anyways, we jump in the truck, we take off, we go get rid of the 410, and my brother takes me home, and that's the end of that. But the cemetery story, I wasn't actually even there. That was a story that he told me that he had done. And so I can't tell that story like his hog hunting story. I can't tell that. But I can tell another turkey hunting story real quick since that one was so short and sweet. Um oh, I keep hitting my tripod. Danged it. Okay, so I do have another story I can throw in here though. And it's about one of my other Mossbergs I got, and it was right after I got it. Me and my brother, I was bragging on it. He's like, whatever. If it ain't a Remington, it ain't worth it. Blah, blah. I'm like, Mossberg all the way till I die. Anyways, he's like, that shotgun won't shoot far enough. The barrel's too short. You'll never be able to get a turkey that far with that one. I'm like, I don't know, man. They're saying no difference. And that one kills them just as far as the other ones with the longer barrels. which that really doesn't make sense, but it's true. It is true. So, anyways, I got this new Mossberg. It's called the Mossberg 835 Ultimag Turkey Tactical. I might have said it wrong. Might be the Mossberg Turkey Tactical 835 Ultimag. Anyways, it was the first year it came out. Okay, and I actually got it early. Okay, so I know a gun dealer. I'm not lying. I know a gun dealer, and he can get uh, firearms from a manufacturer before they, come out on the market because he can stockpile them. So when they're released, he's got them to release them, right? Okay. Well, I heard about this shotgun going to be made watching a cable channel, hunting show on a cable channel. They were talking about this new Mossberg coming out next year, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so it's almost spring turkey season, and it's actually 4 or 5 days. I think it was 5 days before turkey season opened, and they started advertising this shotgun, but it wasn't going to be released until after turkey season, right? So I was like, man, I want that shotgun. I want that shotgun. So I called the gun dealer, my buddy, and I asked him about it. And I'm like, can you order them yet? You know what I mean? Because I knew he could order firearms early to have them in stock, right? For the release date. And he's like, I don't know. Let me check. So I'm like, cool. Next day he calls me. He's like, hey, I can get one of those. I was like, man, I'd like to get one before turkey season opens. He's like, ain't that like 4 days or something, 3 days? I'm like, yeah. I said, how long do you think it takes to ship them? He's like, man, I don't know, probably 3 to 5 days. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, I guess I could miss out on maybe the first or second day of turkey season to get this gun. And so I told him, I was like, well, I want it. Go ahead, and if you can get one, get one. So I talked to my wife, and she cleared it for me. She's like, yeah, go ahead. So we give him the money. We paid for it. And he's like, all right, I'll order it. I'll let you know when it gets here. And this was at like, this was between 10 and noon in the morning. You know what I mean? Between 10 a.m. and 12 o'clock high noon. Somewhere in there is when we had this phone conversation. And I was like, well, maybe I'll get it opening turkey season. So I was pretty excited, kind of let it go. Next day I get up. He calls me about the same time, 10 or 11, something like that. In the morning, calls me. Hey, I got that shotgun. He ordered that shotgun. They overnighted it to him. So I was like, right on. So we head over to his shop and we get it. And I'll show you guys what I got. Some of y'all probably seen this one. But I know one thing. After this shotgun came out, I seen a lot of other shotgun manufacturers, firearm companies making one just like it. Mossberg Turkey Tactical 835 Ulti Mag. First edition right here, you guys. Let me tell you something about this shotgun. It shoots 3.5-inch rounds. It's a pretty good size shotgun. Shell right there, pretty good round. And then you see that stock? What is that? Oh, my hair's got on my pants. See that? Butt stock? It is unforgiving. So basically, I don't care how tight you hold this to your shoulder. When you put your cheek on that and this thing cuts loose like a mini cannon, it hurts. And I've had a few black eyes from this shotgun. Okay, so that's my pride and joy of shotguns right there. It's my favorite one out of all of them. So I get this shotgun. I tell my brother about it. I'm bragging, you know. He's like hardcore Remington guy. And I'm like, got a new Mossberg. It's going to outshoot everything. I'm fixing to go kill it all, you know. He's like, whatever, whatever. It won't shoot that far with that little short barrel on there. It won't work. Let me see how long it is. I think it's a 20 inch. It might be shorter. Trying to see it, you guys. I can't see that good anymore. That camo pattern, 20 inch. There it is. 20-inch barrel, which is pretty short, I guess. More of a self-defense length, you know, for home protection or, you know, military use. They have real short barrels like that. But anyways, he's telling me it's not a 60-yard gun now because they took so much of the barrel off. I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll see, we'll see. So he comes and gets me, and we're gonna go turkey hunting, and I'm gonna prove him wrong with this shotgun. So we're out looking for turkeys and looking for turkeys, and we're having a hard time finding any. And we're basically heading back home, and we drive past this field, and lo and behold, there's a big Tom out there, right? All by himself, strutting out there. Man, my brother pulls off the road. We go down the little dirt road to get over this field, and we get to this field, and luckily, this turkey, he was about 60 yards. Might have been a little bit farther than 60 yards, but it was 60 plus yards from the dirt road and the fence, right? I don't know who owned this property. I don't know nothing about it. It happened years ago. It wasn't posted. It was just a cow field, and a lot of farmers didn't care about people jumping a fence and shooting a turkey. They just, you're not killing cows. They didn't care. And so, anyways, there wasn't any cows in this field. It was an empty field, just a big tom turkey out there strutting. So we stop the truck. I get out, run around, jump the fence, crawl out there a little bit. And I get about 60 yards. The turkey might have been, I don't know. We didn't yardage this one, I don't think. I don't think I hit it with the yardage probe. And my brother said it was farther than that, if I remember. But I think it was 60 to 63 yards is what I was thinking. It probably wasn't more than 63 yards, which I don't know why I'm dwelling on that. I just want to get it right. But anyways, I smoked them. And that was my first black eye, too. I pulled that shotgun up, man. I drawed the bead down it. And that's another thing. I did not have a scope on this shotgun when I did it. It was with just the barrel sights, the bead and rear sight. And which it has an adjustable rear sight. So it's not too adjustable. It does move a little bit. But anyways, I smoked that Tom. I knew where to aim. And I hadn't shot that gun yet either. So really, I just treated it like one of my other ones. You know what I mean? I ignored that barrel length. I had a big choke in it. That's not even the choke. That's a different choke. I just bought that choke and put a new one in her. But it had a 2-inch extended choke on it. So I was basically shooting a 22-inch barrel. You know what I mean? So I kind of give myself that length back and block that part out of my mind. When I shot that, I shot it like I was shooting one of my other ones, and it performed the same, absolutely the same. It rolled that turkey. Turkey didn't flop around or nothing. I ran out to it. Oh, which is another thing. I had a ghillie suit on, and this field was full of briars and stuff. And my brother said he laughed so hard I got smoked once. I was running through the briars, and all my ghillie suit, all of it got hung up, and I just went down, jumped up, yanked myself through it, grabbed that turkey, and took a different way back. But got that big Tom, throw him in back truck, and we left, and it was a successful day. And I rubbed that Mossberg in his face a little bit. But you know, he's seen them shotguns. Me and him's been on a lot of hunts, and he knows what they'll do, and he sees it. But he sticks to his Remington. He don't care. And he did get Remington did make or they do make a shotgun. I think it's the 870 Magnum. I can't remember what they call it, but I think that's what it is. 870 Magnum, and it shoots the 3.5-inch rounds. And he got one, I think. I'm pretty sure he got one, and he has one now, an 870 that shoots 3.5-inch rounds, I think. I know he uses them new turkey rounds that cost like $15 a round. They're expensive, but they shoot tight. Boy, I mean, they'll reach out there. But anyways, so that's that one. And if you guys seen my one video I posted about the hideout, the camping site hideout, man, I'm excited about that. So what was going on was I went outside. I watch a lot of YouTube videos myself, you know what I mean? So I'm watching videos, and I follow or I'm subscribed to a couple channels that talk about knives. I like knives. I've got a lot of them myself. And I remembered, oh yeah, I got this old military shower bag because I was into buying a lot of surplus stuff one time. And so I bought these military shower bags, right? What they do is now the mirror's broken. This one, this shower bag, I used it a lot on the turkey hunting float trips that me and my brother and our friends would go on every year. We did that for like 9 years. And I'll have to tell some of those stories too. But anyways, those would be funner to tell if I had one of them guys with me. 'Cause I don't remember everything, and they see things from a different perspective. You know, you always get a better story when two of them were there telling it. But anyways, I got this bag and I started cramming it full of knives. I buy a lot of knives, and a lot of these knives, most of them, I either made or just bought on a whim. Now, some of these knives, a couple of them, my wife bought for me thinking that I'd like them. And I got some in here that are knives that I made out of saw blades. Here's a cleaver I made out of a saw blade. And it works pretty good. And I got another knife I made out of a putty knife. Okay, so I made this one out of a saw blade. Look how much lacquer I put on this. It's, I did not want it to get wet. Let me see, I'm not sure how I can even, okay. Oh, I made me a gut hook one. Huh? Now I made these with out of saw blades. I used the angle grinder to cut the pattern out, and then I used just a regular grinding wheel, electric grinder, to shape it all down, get the shape I wanted, and then just sanded them a little bit and sharpened them. I mean, they're rough. I'll tell you what, that thing there cut you. That gut hook, that is brutal looking. I made these a long time ago, guys. At least 20 years ago. At least. But here's one I do like. I made this out of a putty knife. And this is a handy dandy Skinner, boy. And I mean, talk about sharp as a razor. And it's from Sheffield, England. Sheffield, England. And I found this putty knife in a metal box that my mother-in-law gave me. It was a little metal tin for like a carton of cigarettes or something. You know how they used to do it way back in the day? And I don't know if I'm going to get this back in there to say. Oh, I did it. But anyways, I don't know where she found it, what she. It just showed up. She gave it to me, and it was had some knives that had broken tips and bent blades and uh of all kinds, case knives. Anyways, I fixed one of the case knives. I'll show that one of these days too. I got a. Oh, here it is. I didn't know if it was in here or not. Okay, this little box. Oh, didn't realize it was that full, you guys. Danged it. Whew. Okay, so I do really like knives and collect them. And that little box right there is full of pocket knives I've had gifted to me by my family or friends that gave them to me. And I'm pretty sure that one that I'm talking about that I fixed, I'm going to see if I can find it. Maybe it's laying. Oh, yep, there it is right on top. All right. Ta-da! This one, this case pocket knife, was in that little metal box with that putty knife, and I just shaped that putty knife into a Skinner style blade like this one. Big round belly, right? That's where I got my inspiration to make that one. And anyways, this was in that little metal box. And honestly, it was probably in the best shape, except that tip. Let's see how they do that like this. That tip was bent and broke. I straightened it out. I mean, it was bent, you guys. You know how they look when somebody tries to use that style blade to pry something open? Yeah, it was bent. And the very tip, I mean, just like 16th of an inch or something, but the very tip was broke off and it was bent. I straightened it out, trying to get it. I did. I straightened it out as good as I could. It might still have a tiny little bend in it. And I put the tip back on it without taking a bunch of blade away from it. You know what I mean? See back here? I didn't have to take a lot of the blade out. Get that tip back on there. But that tip isn't as sharply pointed as the factory one neither. You know what I mean? But that's okay because it's still got enough point to it catches. It'll do what it needs to do. Cool little find there, freebie. This one I keep a hold of. I don't use it. It has sentimental value because my mother-in-law gave it to me. And so I just put it up. I got a lot of them put up like that. One of these days I'll go through my knives. I'll have to do the bag of knives first because some of them knives actually have pretty good stories to them. When I bought them, why I bought them, spur of the moment deals. Some of them I've never even used. Some of them are brand new. I've never even nothing. Just got it. Was like, that's so cool. Put it up. This one here is my first sponsor knife. I can't wait to use this. When I do my next camping video, after I get my little camping spot cleared out, when I do that one and I catch a squirrel, I'll use that knife and I'm going to do a what's called a hairless clean on the squirrel. It's a method of skinning it, and it's not really hairless, but there's not near as much hair on it when you get done. It's a pretty clean method and fast too. It's a really fast way to do it. And also, when I got my knives, you guys, I seen something that I forgot about that I had for a long time. Longer than just about everything I've showed you so far. I've had this for probably, it says about 27 when I got it. So that's going to be at least 24 years, 23, 24 years. Yeah. You know what that is? That is an alcohol burning stove, camping stove, right? Look, it's in a little rough shape. This is all original. That's original patina right there. Okay. Original patina. See that sticker? Anyways, these were from or made in Germany in the late 1950s. And this little stove was given to me by a friend because I helped him. I think that's a whole nother story right there. So if you want to hear about this little stove and watch me do a little field test with it and use it, because I've never used it, I lit it one time to make sure it works. And here's the original can, you guys, from 23 years ago, 24 years ago. It's still almost full. The only amount of alcohol that's been taken out of it was when I tested that little stove. But I got a pretty good story about it, and I'm going to start using it. I'm going to use it at least once. Okay, we'll use it at least once. I'll do a demo, we'll cook out, and I'm going to do it in the camping hideout if I don't get caught and get kicked out of there. Just tell you the truth, I don't know if I'm supposed to camp out in that little wooden spot because the trailer hood might have rules against it. But I'm going to go outlaw and we're going to do this anyway. Okay? I'm ready to break some rules. I ain't going to live forever. I might as well have fun. And nobody's going to get hurt. They'll probably just yell at me. I'm kind of old now, so they can't be too mean to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't know. You guys don't tell nobody neither. All right, so we're going to keep it a secret. That's my plan. We're going to do the hideout, clean out. I got another new stove from my best sponsor ever, my wife. She's my best sponsor because she gets me stuff when I need it. I got one of them fold up stoves like everybody's got now. I got the large, the big one, because I plan on using it to like actually just throw a squirrel on the grill or the fish or whatever. So I wanted it big enough that it would fit on there. You know what I mean? So I don't have to cut it in half or whatever, which I still might have to cut them in half because I really don't know how long the squirrel's going to be. That's another thing. I got to buy squirrel traps for my hideout because we're going to do trap How how catch and cook, trap and cook. I guess it could still be catch and cook. Either way, we're gonna do it with a squirrel in the hideout. Yep, it's gonna be a blast. Can't wait. So do me a favor. If you're having a problem, call a friend, call a family member, call 988. Because somebody out there loves you, I promise you. Millions of people care about you. I'm one of them. And I don't want to see anybody getting hurt. And I don't like seeing people be sad neither. Get a hold of somebody, watch one of my videos, poke fun at me. I don't care. Do whatever you got to do to put a smile on your face and get yourself out of that slump you're in. Okay? So when it comes to all that little stuff, squatch it. Keep on keeping on. Peace. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Oh, leave a comment. Have a good day. Peace.